If you are minded, you can respond. If you are not,
I think there is an aspect I would like to speak
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Chairman, order does not permit a supplementary question to introduce a new matter that was not contained in the original question. That is the rule. The leader must learn to play by the rules. He can't introduce Domiko Abenya into this matter. If he's minded, he should file his own question on Domiko Abenya, like I have done in respect of Ablekuma. Then we interrogate it. But it cannot be suggesting that a wrong was done in the declaration of Domiko Abenya. It wasn't contained in the original question. The law does not permit it to do that.
Honorable Deputy Commissioner, that's why I'm giving those. If you are mindful to respond, fine. Other than that, I'll ask the leader to file a separate question. Are you responding?
Mr. Chairman, yes, please.
Okay,
yes,
let's.
I think what I want to say is that
you've asked the question, please. You've asked the question. You let him respond.
Mr. Speaker, I'm concerned. Mr. Speaker, please. Mr. Speaker,
Honorable,
Mr. Speaker,
please, you listen to me.
Mr. Speaker, with respect, you didn't call the chief whip. I'm drawing your attention to a matter. You didn't call the chief whip, yet he came in to make a determination on a matter. I beg of you, Mr. Speaker, we all want to play it fair. We all want to play it fair. When a question is asked, you've asked him to answer. All right? You've asked him to answer. Let us play the rule fairly. The man, he referred to Domiko. Mr. Speaker,
have you finished?
He referred to Domiko Abenya in his answer. He copiously referred to Domiko Abenya, and that is the reason why I asked Domiko Abenya in the supplementary.
Very well.
Mr. Speaker, let's play fair.
So am I not playing fair? He just got up, spoke. Yet I asked the Deputy Commissioner to respond to the question. It means he didn't hear me before speaking. So I've asked the Deputy Commissioner to go ahead and respond to you. So Deputy Whip, please.
Speaker, with your leave, let me read Order 89.1.
Honorable
Speaker, member. Please bear me out. Order 89.1 is to the effect that as soon as the question is answered, any member, beginning with the member who asks the question, may without notice ask a supplementary question for further clarification of any matter or fact on the answer, but a supplementary question shall not introduce a matter not included in the original question.
Honorable member.
So if you stand here and say that in his answer he introduced a matter, that is an answer. The rule says you cannot introduce a matter not included in the original question.
Honorable member.
So the leader should also learn to play by the rules.
I'm sitting here trying to be fair to every side. The commissioner, in responding to the question, made reference to Domiko Abenya. So if somebody, honorable, please allow me, please. He made reference to Domiko Abenya. So if somebody is also asking a question and relating it to Domiko Abenya, I think it is fair. That is why I'm asking him to respond. Honorable Deputy Commissioner, please respond to the question.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I think I made the point that the Commission would wish that both the MPP and the NDC are on board and we move. However, what is very, very important is that we need the police protection. Once we have the police protection, we proceed. So for that one is the most important thing to us. Then we do our work because per the law, we are mandated to do that. So once the police assure us that they are going to do their work, we are not so much interested in party A or party B. We just go ahead and do our work. But we would wish that all the parties are on the same page. Thank you.
Leader, please, we've come to you.
Thank you very much for coming to answer the questions. I have listened very carefully to you, and you're saying that collating the results, continuing to collate the results, has become very, very risky without police protection. And so you can only collate the results with police protection. What has made the collation very, very risky without police protection?
Yes, Deputy Commissioner.
Thank you. We've always done the collation with the police protection. So this is not a departure. That has been the what we've been doing. But let me also say, in the High Court ruling which I cited, that same ruling also ordered the police to provide security to the Electoral Commission. So although the ruling was, yes, you go ahead and do your work, it also required the police to provide us with that protection. And all the collation centers, we have police protection. Thank you.
Very well.
Please, listen to my question and answer it. No, it's not about not liking an answer. It's not about not liking an answer. Throughout the session, I sat here quietly and listened to everybody. The regulations, the Act, the Representation of People's Act, the Constitution. Is there anywhere in those provisions that say that you must have police present for you to collate results?
Yes, Deputy Commissioner.
Mr. Chairman, thank you. But we don't have it in our CIs specifically, but beyond that, we have the National Election Security Task Force. So all the security aspects, they handle it.
Yes.
What I'm saying is that you have judged yourself as a result of past incidents relating to your attempt to collate the results, including the burning of one of your offices, the destruction of the records that you have, which makes it difficult for you to collate, and now you are relying on third-party records for the collation. Now, the point I'm trying to get at is you have adjudged that it is risky for you to collate without police presence. And I'm asking, why is it risky? Because that is at the crux of the matter. Why has it become risky? Has it become risky because the two sides in the election, one side is disputing certain records, the other side is insisting on certain records. And because of the disagreement over these records, one side is threatening to disrupt the process if you proceed to collate, for which reason you need security. Is that what it is all about?
Yes, please. That's what is happening.
So, can you tell us exactly what it is that side is challenging?
Mr. Chairman, thank you. Not the two parties that contested in the parliamentary elections, the parliamentary election in Ablekuma North. When we finished the collation, when we started the collation on the 7th, we had, after almost 163 or something, all of them came that their pink sheets had been destroyed. When we were left with a little over almost 120 or so. So we decided to resort to other measures to be able to do that. And there was clear understanding until it got to the remaining 37 polling stations. And when it got to the remaining 37 polling stations, the 62, one of them brought carbon copies, which was accepted. The other party accepted, so there was no problem. Of the remaining 37, one of the parties brought that, and the other party started accepting it. And when it got to about 17 or so, remaining 17, then the other party said no, they will no longer accept it. So that was the point we started bringing in the presiding officers to come and authenticate whether indeed the signatures were their signatures and whether the figures written there were the figures they actually wrote. So that's why we got to that point. So we did 14, and out of it was left with 17, and we did 14. So we still have the 3 outstanding. Thank you.
Yes.
So the source of insecurity is as a result of one party challenging one that 25 of the 59 copies were actually carbon copies and should not be added to the scanned copies.
No, there were 52, and they brought 25 carbon copies which were accepted. So it was left with 37. And the 37, the agents of both parties accepted almost about 20 of them. So the remaining ones were those we brought in the presiding officers to come and confirm.
At your June 12th meeting, you had your last meeting was June 12th with the parties.
Yes.
Was June 12th.
Yes.
The parties were present. At your June 12th meeting, one of the parties insisted that they were not accepting any of the results beyond the 25 carbon copies. That they were demanding that 37 polling stations should be rerun, whilst one party was also insisting that only 3 polling stations should be rerun, because that is the polling stations that they thought were not accepted. So there's still a dispute between the two parties. One party standing at 37 polling stations, the other standing at 3 polling stations, and one party is insisting that the presiding officers did not participate in some of the processes. So the issue is the fact that you don't have the original records. The two parties also say they've lost their records. In some instances, one party comes with some records and you decide that you are ruling that that record will be accepted. Sometimes the other party is protesting, because don't forget that the whole process of the coalition was covered by TV3. TV3 covered it live. And on TV3, we saw challenges to the acceptance of some of the scanned copies. And we also saw your staff overruling the challenges and insisting that they will accept those scanned results. So, yes, TV3 covered it. It was a public event, and TV3 covered it. The footages are there and can be produced. So clearly there is some disagreement about the evidence. You are making categorical statements that you have covered all except 3. But there are footages establishing that there is disagreement by one party regarding a number far in excess of the 3. 1, that being the case, can this House, as a parliament, invite the parties individually, the returning officers, the presiding officers, the agents, and the officers who we saw on the TV in the footages, and try to establish the facts as you are alleging here? Can this House go beyond your allegations and invite the parties and ascertain the facts to decide if we should go ahead and force the police to go and then provide security for you to collate and declare the results?
I hope you got the question.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, I don't know if it's the function of Parliament to do that, but what I can say without any doubt is that all the processes have been very, very participatory. We have involved the agents of all the candidates in the process. And as I said, when it got to a point and one of the parties was disputing the scanned copies, that's when we invited the presiding officers. So the presiding officers on national TV admitted and they endorsed the results. And I've made this point earlier. The Electoral Commission, we are not interested in the outcome of elections. We are only... No, let me make the point. We are interested in the processes leading to a very, very successful outcome. And we think that that is what we must fight for. So I made the point that we are beseeching the leadership of the House. We are beseeching the leadership of the House because our elections are the best. Our elections are the best. When you look at the Electoral Integrity Project, Ghana is ranked number 4 in the whole of Africa. And those who have seen the EU report on the 2024 election, they gave us almost 90%. In 2020, they gave us about 95%. So clearly, the Electoral Commission is doing its best. So we think that support us to be able to achieve our objective of becoming one of the best when it comes to the business. All the processes, there have been no bias. Everything has been very, very transparent. Thank you.
Yes, leader, your fourth question.
So the process has been participatory. You've tried to listen to all sides. You are left with 3 police stations by your account. By the account of one of the parties, they dispute 37 police stations. You need the protection of the police to carry on the rest of the exercise. You are not getting the protection of the police to carry on the rest of the exercise because by the police's own evaluation, there's a security threat. Publicly, they've said they have the capacity to deal with it. Then they say there's a legal matter, and on and on and on and on. This House as a parliament definitely has the capacity to go beyond you, where you have reached and you have challenges. This House as Parliament can go beyond you and listen to all the parties and give directives. So the question yes, this House has the capacity. This House can direct the Minister of Interior. This House can direct the IGP. This House can direct the Minister for Defense. This House can direct the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces. So the point I'm making is, before
but
this
you
House...
cannot direct the EC.
This House will not direct the EC.
Okay.
Before this House gives a directive, the House has to convince itself of the facts. And so far, this House has heard only from you. This House has not heard from the 2 political parties. So the question I'm asking, are you comfortable with this House setting up a committee to invite the parties, to hear from them, to confirm the facts, so that it can give the directives that you need?
Yes. 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 Deputy Commissioner, you may answer the question.
Mr. Chairman, as the Minister for Education indicated earlier, the Parliament represents the people of Ghana. And if the EC is an institution of Ghana, anytime we're having problems, we come to now the Committee on Independent Constitutional Bodies. So what the EC wants the Parliament to support is get the police to support us to complete the work. Thank you.
Honorable Leader, you may take your last question.
Yeah, this house is ready to support you. Initially, when the minority raised the issue, I assured the minority that I will go and find out exactly what happened. I went to the police.
members, let's give hearing to the leader of the house.
Mr. Speaker, this house must at all times endeavor to take sides to enforce justice based on facts that we are not in doubt. Now, you are saying that when it became difficult, you invited the presiding officers so that they could confirm and authenticate their signatures on the scanned copies. I went to the police, and the police who were present indicated to me that on 2 or 3 or 4 occasions, some of the presiding officers actually raised questions about the authenticity of the signatures. I was there. I spoke to the police directly, and 2 or 3 or 4 of the presiding officers raised questions about the authenticity. But you went ahead and ruled and admitted those scanned pink sheets. Now, if you ask me to side with you, I can only do so when I hear from those presiding officers, and I also try and establish the authenticity of the scanned copies. So I'm simply asking, is it okay with you if this house takes steps to authenticate the things that you have said in this house today, based on which we can take a decision as a house?
Yes, Honorable.
Mr. Chairman, what at the Electoral Commission, what we strongly believe is that we don't think per the creation of the Electoral Commission, it will be appropriate for Parliament to be seen to be meddling in the affairs of the, especially regarding a constituency resource. What we believe is that we have a committee in Parliament that we report to, and we believe that committee must support us to do the lawful things we are supposed to do. As a chairman, I remember in one of the some of the presiding officers you indicated they raised certain objections, etc. I remember one of them, the person said, "Oh, as for the figures, everything is excellent." But I don't remember a ballot being rejected in that place. So you realize that the returning officer and the officials there, at times when you object to something, they have the power to continue with the process. And it's what we've been doing as a country. So we think that, again, the House must support us to get the police to provide the necessary security so that we can complete the process. Thank you.
Thank you very much, honorable members. Honorable Deputy Chairman, is a 3 polling station, depending on how it will go, will it affect the results for the candidates?
Yes, please. The 3 polling stations will affect the No, we've not completed, so we still need the 3 polling stations to complete the exercise. Thank you.
I'm asking this question because at a certain point in time, you can go ahead to even declare results whilst other polling stations are still pending.
As we cannot declare now. Thank you.
Well. Honorable members, on behalf of the House, I would like to thank the Deputy Commissioner and his team. Well. So we have the Deputy Commissioner,
the Director of Elections.
Okay, let me give you the opportunity to introduce your team.
So, thank you, Mr. Chair.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I came with the Director of Election, Mr. Benjamin Banobio, and the Head of Procurement, Mr. Kofi Chidodu. Thank you.
Honorable member,
Mr. Speaker, I made a mistake by addressing him Deputy Commissioner. And I sent you a note that, no, colleagues, please.
Honorable members, he wants to say that he addressed him chairman instead of Deputy Commissioner.
I addressed him as a Deputy Commissioner. The man is Deputy Chair. And I want the record to reflect. That one too is an issue. He's a Deputy Chair. He's not a Deputy Commissioner.
Well, I myself have been saying Deputy Commissioner. So, correction made. Thank you so much. So, honorable members, on behalf of the House, let me thank the Deputy Chair of the Electoral Commission and his team for attending upon the House to respond to questions from members. So, Honorable Deputy Chair, we are thankful to you for coming to this house. This house is your house, and we are grateful for the answers you've given so far. You are hereby discharged.
Abuja baby a wo hwe me bia wo haw ne amane kodan na bia da eda wo so bia no bomode se woni me bedi nkomo ye de samna nwanwaso bi aba e frɛ ne se eye sika kokko na gold samna wo haw bia da eda wo so bia wo hia sa samna we se bi afi wo ye bema wo hwe me wo bema sam wo fom wo bema ye ketwa brabeji bula matali eduro bi na wo bema enye kese watimi abo adwuma so ache e wo empem ye de akwankyere bi aba abuzuan no ye hwehwe wo hyebrim a ye frɛ ne se mpanifo akwankyere ana se wo betima frɛ back to sender onipa bi ha onipa bi tata wato bet e wo ho se wo sanity bi obeku bomode so be fa numbers na egu screen ase na woni mi akasa me hwehwe wo hyebrim wi a me bomode se me kyerɛ wo ne wo beye